Hi all, it's Terminator here. How are you? I hope you're all well. This is a 3v4 game on Waterloo, and sort of a bit of a celebration of Ratu, a good friend of mine. He's reached his 500th subscription, which is excellent. But should point out that I've reached more of a milestone as far as subscribers go. I think I got my 188th subscriber today, and that's pretty significant when you look at it, because, and more so than 500, because if you think about it, Waterloo actually happened, you know, probably near on 188 years ago, plus or minus 10 years I suppose, but a bit closer to the mark than 500. 500 years ago, God, I don't know what they're doing. Fighting out with swords, I suppose. So, anyway, this is turned out to be a really good battle. I didn't think we were sort of had a bit of a laugh when the game started and it was on Waterloo, and we were on the wrong side. So yeah, 3 against 4 on trying to attack the hill is pretty difficult. Ratu is France, and Tarlington, Bannister Tarlington from Huntsman is the other Britain player, and I'm the third guy, and I'm Britain as well, and that's sort of me moving. You can see my forces up here, and Ratu's got actually I'll go through the whole list of what the armies were just quickly. So Ratu, he went all shooty cav for France. I think there was 18 chasseurs a cheval and 1 guard chasseur a cheval and a gen. Tal has gone pretty much, I think it was 1 light dragoon, 1 15th hussars, 1 Coldstream, 4 foot guard, 3 foot line, and 2 fencibles, and a general, and 1 Coldstream. And I should actually probably pause it here because I'm not going to be able to talk that quickly. So, my build was 1 Coldstream, 2 KGL light, 3 ordinary light, 4 fencibles, 1 Cognaut Rangers, 2 foot guard, and 5 foot line. Now, with my foot line, just wanted to point this out. With my foot line, I've actually given them all 1 upgrade, and that sort of puts all of the 5 foot into sort of that Cognaut Ranger type sort of level. So I've been sort of using that a little bit because I think that actually just makes the foot just that little bit better. So yeah, I think it can be quite effective actually. What else we got? I think, did I say oh, Tal's got 5 lights as well, 2 KGL and 3 ordinary lights as well, so we've got that. Now, who we're up against? Now, the British player on the hill has got a general, he's got a 5-inch howitzer, a 6-pound horse art, 2 light dragoons, 2 ordinary dragoons, 3 fencibles, a Highland foot, 1 KGL foot, 1 guard foot, 4 foot ordinary line foot, 1 light foot, 1 rifle. Denmark has got a general, 3 ski troops, 1 sharpshooter, 1 lifeguard afoot, 4 line, 2 grenadiers, 1 militia, 2 lifeguards of horse, 1 light dragoon, another ordinary dragoon. Prussia's got a pretty standard Prussian build. It's general, 5 lancers, 5 fusiliers, 3 foot guards and 5 musketeers. Then France, on this side, we've got a general, 5-inch howitzer, 6-pound foot art, 2 lancers, a dragoon, 1 National Guard, 5 fusiliers of line, 1 Swiss foot, 1 grenadier, 1 chasseur, 1 voltigeur, 1 young guard and 1 old guard. So yeah, it's pretty tough having to get up. If you have a look, you can't access on Waterloo on this side, so your attack has pretty much got to be centered on this side of the map. And generally, I think most people these days try and take the far left first, and that's what we're going to try and do. Which, if we fuck it up, was going to be pretty embarrassing, but I think all in all, I think we did a pretty good job. So here we go, we'll just zoom in here and start it up. So Ratu's supporting my initial push. I've got a couple of Lightfoot trying to get up the hill a bit. Oh, we're going the wrong way. So if we zoom in, see it being charged lifeguards. So we're trying to concentrate. I think Rat pointed out in his video that basically he was going to use disruption, which is excellent, but there's, as you can see, there's quite a shit load happening here. But yeah, he points out quite rightly that the France cav is pretty damn good. So what I'm trying to do is get to the crest up here with some of my lights and using some of my ordinary line, trying to shoot up here as well, which is pretty hard to start with. Trying to have to push through this little small part. You can't sort of commit too many troops because you get stuck in melee, you just die so quickly. They actually played pretty well. If you look at it, the 3 players are sort of getting involved. You've got some Prussian troops over here. Britain and Denmark were sending in some cav. So in comes Ratu's sort of second wave, trying to disrupt all what's happening here. Now this is a bit rude. I was going to get really angry at this because unlimited art does draw the fire and you can't really kill them. As you can see, there's still 18 from 18 and probably drawing a bit of fire from my fencibles in the house. So I actually meleeed because that's the only way to kill unlimited art. And so I think he was, you know, because it was a no art game, so we did ask him to move their art to the back, but this guy decided he was going to, and I'm sure that he realised what he was doing, which was a little annoying, but in the greater scheme of things it probably didn't make too much difference. So sort of pushed through a little bit here. I've got some foot guards up on the hill. Even though they're right close to these rifles, I'm not too worried about that, because what I'll do is I'll just melee, as you can see, I'll just melee them and they should hopefully go away. But I've still only got light up here at the moment, trying to get some more line up here. Rat's bringing up some more cav. It's probably a little bit slow to move my line, but oh well, shit happens. So yeah, sort of, this is still quite the real pinnacle of the battle at the moment, and everyone's sort of throwing troops in. And actually, France got over here as well, so they all knew that this was going to be definitely the spot to win or lose the battle. So we've managed to get a few troops up here now. Now I shouldn't, with these guys here, I shouldn't be shooting too much on my own, although I do waste quite a bit of ammunition shooting into the hill, but you know, you get enough hits to make it worthwhile. So I've got my second line up now on here. So once they've formed a line, I'll move further across here. But the positioning of the opponent is a lot easier. You've got a lot more room, and you end up to try and take the hill. You only really get just a small increments as you can bring one troop up at a time to make this sort of work. Lots of lancers coming in now, and we've got the British guy who set up his howitzer, and he's using that now. So his unlimited trick didn't work, so he decided to set up his art anyway. So these guys are causing a little bit of grief. But I've now got a few more troops up, and still pushing ahead with one lot of my Cognate Rangers and some lights. Now there's absolutely nothing, you can see on the mini-map, there's not a lot happening anywhere else. It's still all about trying to take this little bit of land. So just keep bringing up group after group until we can get a more secure footing. So I actually put my fencibles, wouldn't be a good idea to bring them up on here too early, so they're better off just sitting in the house, being a little bit disruptive to those opponents that are nearby. And as Rat pointed out in his video too, it was a mistake them not trying to take that house at the start. So now we're getting a little bit better position in here, and up against a couple of musketeers. Foot guards, the foot should do pretty well, and I've got reserve troops up here now as well, so that makes it a little bit more comfortable. So as you can see, we're still trying to take and get some more guys up on the hill. It's just amazing how many chasseurs Rat had. They just kept coming in at the right time too, which was really good. So it was very messy, but things are starting to clear up a bit now. Okay, so we've got Cav on the one side now with Ratu up on the hill. So we can just start to push now. Just eliminate unit by unit. It's very hard to run away when you're in box formation. And every time you come out of box formation, Ratu will easily handle and force squares again, which is really good. So brought out the fencibles out of the house now, and they can sort of extend our line right the way down the hill now as we push forward. So now we're got pretty good position, and we can easily bring all our troops up on the hill now. And Ratu just does exactly what you want him to do by keeping that one flank. So as I advance, he will lose. I think at one stage he did draw a bit of fire, but that was ideal. That gave me excellent positioning coming across here. Just that disruption. Yeah, this is probably part of the hardest part of the game now, because coming up against the Prussian Fusiliers who shoot so quickly. I think if he had have brought all of the Fusiliers up onto the hill, our job would have been a lot harder. But even these two Fusiliers do extraordinary amount of damage, and they do it so quickly. Okay, so as we push forward, we again just Ratu's making them form square, and they've done a pretty smart thing with the terrain. You know, they had units behind, but you know, Ratu's probably one of the, well, he is probably the best on any sort of map, but I think he's amazing on terrain maps. He's just got such a good read of the game, but he realised that and crashed in, and look, he even came across here and did some damage into the lights, because he pretty much knew they were pretty much undefended, and the stakes won't hurt him facing that way. So amazing amount of disruption there. Now I think at this stage, yeah, he's got some grenadiers in this house here, but I would sooner take a little bit extra fire from the house than sort of lose against on this one flank. I really thought at the time that it was probably in our best interest to try and keep some sort of pinning force on this side as we sort of work through the centre here a bit. So, and it does waste an extraordinary amount of time trying to take houses, so I'm sort of, these guys are to be sacrificed, so to speak. So as we sacrifice these couple of units, I can manage to get on the one side and shoot at those foot guards. Okay, so still got a few troops left. Tal had brought up some of his British now in support. and so he was up on the hill now too. But his force was mainly there to pin the rest of the army on the ridge while we move through. And I think yep, Ratu had his last gasp of the chasseurs and that, was just to cause more disruption in there. So I've managed to be able to move away from that range of fire now from the house, so that's made it a little bit more comfortable. And Tal has brought in his guard units to take the house. So now we're moving it along that ridge. Makes it a lot easier than having to try and advance up it. So pretty much at this stage, I think you'll find that the balance is actually in our favour now. And even though you have the balance, it's important to be on the flanks. Well, it's more important to be on the flanks of your opponent than just simply having the numbers, so to speak. So now that this stage of my forces is getting pretty thin, but they're still sort of the upgraded foot, which I think works pretty well, but this unit's getting eaten away. And there's those other Fusilaires. Oh, I hate seeing them. It's just carnage whenever they're involved. Actually, that's what I did. I put my gen in because I would sooner them not be firing. I'll lose my gen, but at least a couple of units won't actually be firing. So that gives me a bit of an opportunity to shoot a few of them away. So I do actually sacrifice my gen, but sort of did halve both the size of those units while doing that, so I think that was a pretty good outcome. But yeah, I was fairly confident at this stage because Tal still had, you know, quite a few troops left. Some of my units are actually running out of ammo as well now, so send them into melee. Gets foot guards. So still a bit of artillery over there. Yeah, no, after this game, Ratu and I played a 2-on-4 on Waterloo as well. And I think he mentioned it sort of in his game, but it was basically we had the hill and we were against 4 opponents. And that was going really well, actually. I really enjoyed that game after this, and it was really tough. I think we were winning actually, but I dropped, lost internet connection towards the end. So I haven't got back to Rat yet and to see if the AI managed to pull off the win. It would have been close, I think. I think we definitely would have won it if I hadn't dropped. But you never know what's going to happen when the AI takes over. So I think that was about it for my my army. Oh, that's probably, I think, my last, or one of my last units. It's so hard to tell. But so you got Tal's army up here at the moment, and he's still got his general, and he's comfortably taken the house now. So that's about it, and I think I might just go out a bit. Yeah, so Tal can come across now and take out the rest of that artillery, and he's got a couple of units in here. Norwegian ski troops. But yeah, the game's just wrapping up, and put it on fast forward a bit. So our opponent, yeah, he took his general. If you have a look at the mini-map, one of them put their general way over here, ran away, and I think Tarlington, he he had to chase after him with his general. So start it up again, and let's have a bit of a look over the map. This is probably what Waterloo looked like. All these dead bodies. Look at that. Look at that carnage. But as I recall, I don't think there was that many red uniforms at Waterloo. One of the benefits of playing a total war game, you can go any nation you like. Look at those dead horses. Well, I think there's a lot of dead horses there. I hope the RSPCA doesn't view this video. Look at that. How are you supposed to walk over that? I don't know how my men got up the hill. That's just insane. That's a lot of dead horses. Yep, I think the RSPCA is going to be very pissed off. I don't think any of them survived. Nope. So anyway, yep, we've go over the field again, and that's about it. We've taken this house, and if we look over here, Tal's managed to eliminate the rest of the artillery, and our Denmark general is the last to survive. Dun, 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 dun. And here comes Tal in to end the game. Yay! So yeah, that was really fun. Pretty stressful game actually. Playing with Red 2 can be quite stressful for me. So yeah, some really nice kills. But yeah, can be like I said, it's a bit stressful playing with Rat. You never want to fuck up. So but yeah, no, playing with these guys is just so much fun, and you know, what can you say? Except that, wow, who said NTW was getting boring? When you play games like this, it's definitely not. And so that's about it, guys. I suppose I should hit exit soon and end the game. Let's have a look in the house. I think in Ratu's video he had a bit of a look in the house. It's a bit hard with that screen in the way, but anyway, nicely constructed house. If I was at Waterloo, I would have probably put everyone in this house and just hide there, and I think you would have won. But then I don't know, can you fit 20,000 men into a one house? Not sure. Anyway, would have made it interesting anyway. Okay, but that's about it. Thanks for watching, guys. And we'll see you next time. Thanks, bye.